On this episode, we talk about standards, monetizing your blog, and the guy who is responsible for most of my favorite movies. Hey everybody, and welcome to Finish Friday, the show that helps more creative people change more lives. I am your host, Todd B. from Tennessee, and I created this show because on a scale of 1 to living in Tennessee in the summer with no air conditioning, creating things is hard, and finishing those things is often even harder. Yeah, so my AC unit went out last week. Not a fun time. My wife, Kate, I always say that so formally, Kate does not like to be hot, as it turns out. So of course we had a bunch of guys come in and look at it. They were like, ooh, you're gonna have to get a new unit. They were giving me a price that was crazy. I had my boy Will come in and look at it, and he's like, I don't know what they're talking about. And he just popped a new part in, and now my 25-year-old AC unit is running like a champ. Everything is cool in the house, and I don't have to get murdered by Kate when she gets too hot. So that is literally what's been going on in my life. It's feel like forever since I filmed this show. I miss you guys so much. So let's get into it. So here's the thing. Nobody else is going to set standards for you. Like, you guys are watching this show because you all want to create something good. You all want to make better art. But the thing is, like, no one is going to hold you to the standard of art that you want to create except for you. And so I just want to leave that with you today. Like, really get this in. Really embed this deeply in who you are, that if you don't create the time to make what you want to make, nobody else will. If you don't create the quality that you're looking for in your art, nobody else will. If you don't spend the effort and the energy and the emotion that it takes to make great art today, nobody else will hold you to that. We see this all the time in like lazy corporations, right? Slow corporations. Probably some of you have had a job where the standard for anyone working is just like down here. And you know for a fact you can go into the office and just like chill and nobody's gonna notice. But you cannot have that kind of apathy with your art and expect anything to happen from it. So today I want to encourage you, set your own standards. Make the art that you know you can create. And it doesn't matter if other people are happy with it or not. Like, that's the other part for creative people that we ignore sometimes, is like some of us get to this point, and I've been guilty of this as well, where everyone else is like, oh, you're great, but you don't feel that thing. And so if you're not feeling that thing, you owe it to yourself to climb another level and to make art that is worthy of your standards, no one else. And when you become obsessed with that, then good things happen. This week's question of the week comes from William B. Not the same Will who fixed my air conditioning unit. You guys can ask a question to the show anytime. Todd@toddbryson.com. Shoot me an email or simply comment down below and I'll try to get to you. Will B asks, hello sir. Hello Will. Which platforms for blogging should I use to monetize on my work? Sincerely, Will. Any of them? And I mean, I know that's a really vague answer, but I think the first question I would ask is, how do I want to monetize? And then find the plugin to match that. And so if you are monetizing through advertisement, Google AdSense is a good choice, right? Or you can reach out to different companies and try to find partners for advertising. I think that's a strategy that works. Basically, the rule of thumb is this. The more effort you go through to making something unique or a unique form of monetization, the more kind of income you'll get for that. What do I mean? So AdSense, obviously, you're not going to make that much, frankly, but you get the huge network, you get Google's cookies that they put everybody, and you know they're getting some targeted ads, so it might get you a lot of clicks. But if you find out, what your blog is about, you really drill down on who your audience is and what they want, and then take that audience to potential partners and say, hey, I've got this audience, and I think that a fair price to put your stuff on my page is XYZ amount of dollars. And so that's one way to do it. If you're looking for a quick plug-in to sell like a bunch of your own physical products, Shopify is a good site. And of course, I'll link all of this down below. I talked with a friend in Australia who's using Shopify. He loves it. One of my personal favorites is Gumroad. Gumroad also allows you to sell your own products, which, by the way, if you're not selling your own products, sell your own products, because I think you're pretty limited unless you do that. So I would try one of those three, right? And it starts with identify what it is you really want to try and monetize, and then find the plugin that matches that. This week's artist spotlight goes on Christopher Nolan. And I know that I usually like save these and try to, like, I don't know, point out local artists or some folks that I love that don't have enough exposure, but I saw Dunkirk last night. And first of all, I'm going to throw the title screen up really quickly, because basically I saw the movie for the title screen. Look how sexy that is. Like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever, matches the movie. Incredible, just kerning, incredible kind of overlay they got going on there. I love it, love it, love it, love it. But moving past my design nerdiness, the film was good, but I'm just so impressed with Christopher Nolan's commitment to doing the best he can do. You talk about setting your own standards. This is a guy who's made gobs of money making films, right? Made the Batman trilogy and kind of resurrected that thing. Made The Prestige, which might actually be my favorite movie of all time. And he continues to make movies. Guys, why? Like, I think that's the question that we ask ourselves. Like, so many of us are in this, and we have these dreams of becoming a novelist or like making it, and then you have all of this money. And my question to you is, like, what next? If you're in it for the money now, or you're in it for the potential fame now, what are you going to do when you get there? That's the problem. You see, and you see a lot of people do that. They hit it big and then they disappear. Why? Because they're in it for the wrong reasons. My man Chris Nolan is in it for all of the right reasons, and he continues to make movies long after he has the fame and the name and the money. So I'm so impressed with that. He was on the scene at 19 and did his due diligence and studied under people until he can make films worthy of all the awards that he's winning now. So obviously, you guys go see Dunkirk. And Chris Nolan, I'm a big fan. So that's who's in the artist spotlight this week. Wrapping up this episode, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed, and the numbers keep going up, and I'm a happy man whenever that happens. Ask the audience for this week, what movie did you see last? Mine was Dunkirk, obviously, and I loved it. I would like to see what you saw last time. Put it in the comments down below. I usually respond to everybody, and I'll try to make sure that happens this week. Again, I'm Todd B from Tennessee. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you next week.